Hey you guys, welcome to today's reading. So today I'm going to be reading on Mr. JD Vance. And interestingly enough, I had no plans on reading him at all. I honestly just wanted to stay out of the presidential sector of doing any readings on whoever is in power right now because there are a lot of readings on him already. I don't think I've seen any on him specifically, but I knew I was not going to read Trump. And I asked Spirit if there was anyone that they think I should read. And he was the first person that popped up that Spirit listed that I could read on. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna come about this. This is just really just purely gonna be a general reading on him. And as always, everything said today is intuitive and alleged, and this reading is for entertainment purposes only. So first, we're gonna start with the oracles, and I do want to just tap into his current energy, see what's going on there, and then I'll try to think of some creative questions to come up with, since this is something that Spirit specifically requested I do. But perhaps some questions around how he feels in power, if he has any secrets. Let's get some tea. Let's see what his current energy is. So here's of JD Vance. All right, first card we have is puzzled. So confused, perplexed, conflicted. Move this up. All right, current energy. All right, we have hiding, mask, concealing, deception. Okay. See, there's current energy. Oh, the card jumped out. All right, and then we have healing, introspection, meditation. Is he like usually behind closed doors? Like we don't really see him visually a lot. So I personally don't watch the news. I see things that are major stories because I have to see them, but I don't go out of my way to turn on Fox News or CNN or anything like that. I don't really know what's happening day to day. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. That's not local. So yeah, I can tell that he's like somebody that's not always so visible like Trump is, perhaps. But yeah, let me know if that's accurate. But he's in his head a lot though. He's very much in his head a lot. He thinks a lot. Maybe it just feels like there's some things that he doesn't vocalize a lot. I'm not really sure to whom just yet, but yeah, it's like very introvert type of energy. He keeps things to himself for the at least for the most part. His current energy, but yeah, he does think a lot. I heard the word philosophy in my mind just now, and then I see waves at the bottom: emotions, worry, fear. So yeah, it feels like he's in his head quite a bit. He's not very forthcoming with the things that he's thinking or what's on his mind. It almost feels like he's someone that you have to allegedly ask, like, JD, are you good? Like, can I help you? Is there anything you want to say right now? He doesn't feel like the strong leader type, like take control. It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't give me emperor energy. I'll just say that. It doesn't give me emperor energy from like the tarot. All right, let's see what else comes up. All right, and then the next card that came out is glow up, new opportunities, new career, successful business. So it sounds like he has a lot of ideas on different changes he wants to make. I just heard like making a difference in certain areas. So he is in his head a lot. So it sounds like he's somebody that really creates new opportunities. Like, how can we do such and such better? And thinking of, I just heard solution focus. So yeah, just trying to figure out solutions to issues and how best they can address them. But I don't feel like he's someone that takes charge on that. It just feels like more idealism versus realism. Okay, let's see what else. All right, and then we have Smell the Roses, Slow Down, Take some you time, Get out in nature. So yeah, he's definitely in his head a lot about certain things. Very logical energy. I wonder what his sign is, if he's like an air sign. Yeah, it's like needing to take a break. You're thinking too much. Slow down, get out in nature, go out and experience different things. Like you're in your head a lot. Go out and touch some grass. All right, let's put one more card. All right, and then we have masculine figure, authority, discipline, father figure. I think he has kids. I know he's married. Yeah, because the first thing that popped up was children, like family, like he's the head of the household type of energy. Like it may not give me I just heard strong and silent type. Like he's not someone that's very dominant, but I mean if he has to be, he will be. But it just feels like the strong and silent type. He's very quiet, but at home he's definitely the head of household. Like he's definitely head of household, very masculine energy. Let's ask, what's his energy in the White House? If you guys can hear something in the background, it's my cat's playing with their toys, so I don't know if the mic is going to pick that up, but I apologize in advance. Yeah, let's see what his energy is in the White House. What is JD Vance's energy like in the White House? Card that fell out was longing, so that's reunion, let's talk, missing you. And the download that I got those channeled was there's a lot of meetings. So they have a lot of meetings in the White House, which I think is expected. But I thought the vice president was very much more involved with like foreign affairs, like having to travel and meet with different leaders in different countries. But I'm not sure if that's accurate. Y'all let me know. But I thought that's what they did. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right. What's his energy like in the White House as the vice president? Let's see what that's going to look. Ooh, okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask what's his energy like in the White House, and then I'll ask as the vice president. So we'll just keep them separate. All right. So White House. All right, White House. We have hopeful, inspired, optimistic. So having a lot of meetings, providing solutions to issues and insights. And then we have consequences. So games, bad choices, mixed syndrome. So I said the word drama in my head. So yeah, the White House, they probably have a lot of drama there, which I've watched the show Scandal, and that's the energy I'm getting is like the Scandal TV show, um, where they're probably having to play a lot of cleanup on different things, whether that's from a PR perspective or perhaps making decisions that'll impact Americans as well. But yeah, it just kind of gives me like there's a political, it's like office politics type of energy, right? But not only that, they are very visible figures, and so they have to not only control the office politics across the globe when it comes to U.S. affairs, but they still have a lot of drama too. I don't know why I'm laughing, y'all. Sorry. I don't know. I just heard petty drama. Yeah, they probably got some petty drama that you yourself might experience in corporate America. It's kind of it feels like the same thing for consequences. And look at the bottom, we have sipping, which is rumors, gossip, nosy. So yeah, it's probably really messy in the White House. It's probably very messy in the White House. All right, let's got one more card I'm gonna pull and it's popped out. So we have isolation, left alone, self-inflicted. Mm, I don't know why I just heard the word pariah. What does that mean? Is that like, because I heard black sheep at first and then I heard pariah. So maybe like when he's in these meetings that some people may not be taking him so seriously, or he's really having to find his voice in these meetings that he has with the administration and speaking up for different issues. But I don't think that he's someone that's very popular in the administration. Like he's not someone where if we were to have if I wanted to go out to lunch with someone, I would not pick up the phone right away to call maybe like, JD, you want to go out to eat across the street at wherever. Allegedly he's professional enough, but it doesn't give me like popularity type of energy. Like he's the person we're gonna call to go to lunch, or what's JD doing, let's go see what he's up to. Like I don't get that type of energy, at least from the White House perspective. So that's how it feels there. Lots of drama, lots of rumors, lots of gossip too in the White House, allegedly. So now let's get the energy of what's the energy of him being vice president. We got time, delay, procrastination, too busy. Oh, okay. I heard busy work. Huh. Maybe he feels like a lot of the tasks that he's given is busy work, and that's why I asked: isn't the vice president someone that's very like involved with like international affairs? Okay, let's see what else. And then we have narcissist, opportunist, fragile. Mm, that's how he is as the vice president, which is interesting. Maybe he does give off that narcissist energy, and that's why I said in the isolation card, it doesn't feel like he's someone that I would just want to call to go to lunch or drinks with as a coworker in the White House. Like he's not somebody I just would want to go to his desk and be like, "What you doing? What you got going on? Let's hang out. Let's go to lunch together." He's just it just doesn't give that from the outside looking in. So even as vice president, he does probably give off like narcissism vibe, that mass energy. He keeps things to himself. He's not very social. He's just strong but silent type, like I mentioned. All right, let's see what else comes up for him as vice president, allegedly. Oh, okay, why does this card keep going? He must be stressed out. This card like flipped like 1,000 times. Over your head, overextended, rock bottom, drowning. So yeah, I thought about busy work again. They may be giving him like dumb tasks, allegedly, like tasks that somebody else could do, but they're giving him a lot of work, and I wonder why that is. Like, can I say that? It's almost like there are some things they can trust him with, but there are some other things they can't trust him with. All right, and then I pulled soulmate, twin flame, friendship, romantic partner as VP. I heard whisperings of an alleged affair, like on the rumor mill, allegedly, all for entertainment purposes only. There were some things in the rumor mill floating around the internet about him and Miss Kirk. I don't know how true that is. I can only speculate on the rumors that I've seen online. Let's be clear, they did not come from nowhere. It's been all over the internet. Yeah, I would say allegedly there might be somebody he's interested in. I also don't think that if he was not VP, I don't know if I should, let's just say this: if he was not VP, I don't think that this person, whoever this is, he really likes this person, but I don't think that this person likes him the same, like the same amount. Well, He may like this person more than they like him. I'll just put it like that. Do y'all want me to do Erica Kern? Well, okay. You know what? I think I will pull on her to see if it's confirmed or denied. So let's just see what comes out. Okay. So, Spirit, tell me more. Tell me about Erica Kern and JD Vance's relationship. Just being alleged in the blogs and the T pages. Wow, waves came up again. It just came out a few minutes ago. We got emotions, worry, fear. Ooh, y'all, look at the bottom. Love affair, dirty little secret down low. Okay. We have nightlife, striptease, gamble, Vegas. I just heard travel in my mind. And again. We have psychopath, conniving, abusive, unpredictable. Yikes. I'm just gonna move on and pull one more card. All right, then we have stagnant, stuck, dead, frozen, and then at the bottom I have wishful thinking, second chance, nostalgia. If there were an alleged relationship, allegedly, it would be for like a short time, not a long time. I feel like it's not serious. It's probably a lot. If it were real, they'll probably have a lot of drama. Somebody a little cuckoo for cocoa puffs. It feels like as well, at least from a relationship perspective. I'm getting more of her energy in that aspect versus his. Allegedly, he would not leave his wife for her if there were an alleged relationship. I don't see that. I don't see that energy. Obviously, if there were an alleged relationship, again, as I mentioned before, there could be a lot of worry around it. That is very damaging to your reputation as a leader of the United States. So, yeah, it would not be good if there were a real alleged relationship. But yeah, I think if there were, I don't think it would really anything would come about it. It would be just messy, like something on Scandal. If y'all have seen the TV show with Kerry Washington, it wouldn't be anything serious though. Not enough to put the Americans in panic, or at least enough to be. I don't know if you can impeach the vice president, but I don't energetically, at least the energy doesn't feel like it's something like that, like it's serious enough to even get that far if it continues on, if it's real. I'll say that. Yeah, the energy doesn't feel really serious about that. Like it just is a love affair. So yeah, I'm not getting like I love you, my life with you. I'm not getting that type of energy. And Spirit like really dropped in. He would not leave his wife for her. So allegedly, again, I'm trying to be careful because that's the vice president of the country, so I don't want to get flagged for anything and end up having to lose this video. So, but anyways, that's all from the oracle card. So now I'm gonna pull from the tarot now. I'm trying to remember the questions I asked. All right, and he's a Leo. So let's see. All right, current energy. We have Page of Wands, and we also have the Hermit. Yeah, somebody that, like I said, strong is still giving strong but silent type. Lots of ideas, lots of opportunities. He does love to offer solutions and help in any way he can. As far as if you need me to take this one, I will. I can offer some insight if you need some help. It's just he's very solution focused. It has a lot of solution based communication. He's always looking to figure out a solution at the end of the day and what's going to work. But yeah, very much to himself. Like I keep hearing strong but silent type, and he's very much someone that thinks. He's very intelligent. I see also him reading books as well. Yeah, he's very much a thinker, very logical too. All right, let's see what else comes up for his current. All right, and then we got the tower. Okay, let's see what that's pertaining to. Clarify this tower and this current energy. All right, so we have the tower to the Eight of Wands, and I want to put one more card because it sounds like there's a tower moment. Something's gonna collapse. It's gonna come fast. Oh, clarify what's coming fast here. What is this? It sounds like there's a tower moment coming for him. So about some secrets. There's some secrets about to come out. Something that was manifested. Some secrets that were manifested that is about to cause a tower moment. Huh. So what are these secrets that you can tell me? Huh. Secrets about a Queen of Pentacles. So this could be his wife, as well as an Earth sign woman. So let me look at his wife's sign, y'all, real quick. Like as I'm searching his wife's name and stuff, it literally like the second option is him and the other lady, which I won't name. Just his wife. Ooh, she's a Capricorn, you guys, which is an Earth sign. She was born her birthday was a couple weeks ago. Well, no. Yeah, no, yeah, she's a Capricorn. Yeah, she's a Capricorn. So yeah, there's some secrets about his wife that are gonna. I wonder if it's. I don't know if it's about their marriage, but there are some secrets pertaining to his wife, or perhaps the both of them, that are gonna come out pretty very fast and cause a tower moment, or maybe a tower moment with his wife. Hmm. Feels like he's worried about it. Yeah, and then Leo, the strength card. Allegedly, she knows about infidelity. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, she knows about the truth. And then I have the Emperor that came out just now. The Emperor could be Aries sign, could be a leader, could be Trump, but I'm not getting that it's Trump though. It could be him though too, because he's a father figure. So whatever the secret is, allegedly could be something tied to their family dynamic, and maybe she knows about his infidelity. Allegedly, she knows about something that he's done behind closed doors, or the secret is in the background. But it's causing a tower moment though between the both, because it's a mother and a father figure. So it could be impacting their family. They're trying to pull through, but I don't think there's really much hope for their marriage. Heard marriage problems. I just heard counseling. Maybe they need some marital counseling. Yeah, there's some conflict going on with their marriage though, for entertainment purposes. They try to pull through, but I don't think they really have a lot of hope for the marriage. But I still stand by he wouldn't leave his wife for another woman. He wouldn't. But that doesn't mean that they don't have internal problems already. Mm. And look, trapped. Eight of Swords. So yeah, she couldn't leave if she wanted to, just because he is the vice president. And if she did try to divorce him, it would be very taboo. But I did. I just heard. I just heard she doesn't love him. Somebody doesn't love. She doesn't love him anymore. She doesn't have. Yeah, I don't think she loved him like she used to. And then we have Queen of Wands here. I don't. All right, let me get my tablet out again to see who this Queen of Wands is. But Queen of Wands. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like she's. I feel like Erica's a water sign. So Erica is a water sign. She's a Scorpio, but this fire sign could just be a woman that's in the public eye, a very visible figure. She may even have a lot of fire elements in her birth chart. So yeah, it could be a woman though, you guys, and that's why she may not love him anymore, or she just doesn't see him the same. But whoever this woman allegedly has caused a rift in the marriage right now, causing this tower moment for them. See what else? Okay, and then I feel like they're who allegedly, y'all. Right behind Queen of Wands, we have Queen of Cups, and I just mentioned the water sign, so this might not even be who we're thinking it is. It could be someone else. It could be another woman, you guys. Okay, entertainment purposes only. Because when I was talking earlier, when I mentioned that relationship felt more like a temporary type of relationship, whomever this may be, um, is somebody completely different. Let's get just a couple more cards and see what else jumps out. Yeah, I was definitely not expecting his wife to come up like that. All right, let's see. Okay, so we have Seven of Wands that just jumped out. So that's like standing your ground. He's very defensive right now, feels like. Very defensive against things that are coming up against him. I mean, I'm just starting to get like, it feels like a film roll in my mind. I'm getting like work issues, marital issues, family issues. It's like multiple issues in his life and different things that are happening to him. I mean, he has a lot of wands. Look, Eight of Wands coming fast. Then he's trying to defend himself right there in the picture. So yeah, he's very defensive right now, and that's probably also what's causing him to be up in his head so much too, is that he just has a lot against him in his personal life, it feels like, as well as his work life, and trying to balance it out. And just, he just feels like the type of person that keeps it all in. So I'm feeling energetically like he's keeping all of his problems to himself. And I wonder if that's why counseling popped up in my mind. And then we have the devil at the bottom. So that could be obsession. It could also be Capricorn as well. But I feel like it's more so having to deal with him overthinking. You guys, have you ever ruminated on an issue? It feels like ruminating, like obsession, but not obsession type of energy, like ruminating on different things, like just staying up in your head a lot. It's kind of what I'm getting energetically from him. All right, let's get one more so we can move on. All right, and then I got King of Cups reversed that came out for him. So yeah, he's not following his intuition and how he feels, because the water card is associated with feelings and your intuition, but it's reversed in his case. So yeah, just what's his sign again? I can't remember his sign off of my head. I don't think he's a water sign. Yeah, I just feel like he's not trusting his intuition at all. He's not trusting how he feels right now. I don't even think he has time to feel anything, just because he's very much ruminating. And then earlier I pulled the time card, delay, procrastination. So yeah, it's like he's trusting more on his logical mind versus his intuitive mind. or how he feels emotionally dealing with everything. And that can be good and bad. You know, you bottle everything up emotionally. You do. Some people do tend to explode. So I think counseling or talking to a therapist would be really good for him so that he can at least release a lot of what he's feeling right now and going through. Because I don't feel like he has someone that he can really just rely on. I mean, he's under Donald Trump, you guys. So you can only imagine how that feels working up under somebody like that. And so yeah, that's the kind of energy I'm getting. Like he really should go and talk to somebody and get some mental help. If nothing else, like talking to a counselor or somebody he trusts, somebody that can really help him talk through some of these different things instead of keeping it in. So okay, and let's do. I was gonna do Erica Kurt, but honestly, I don't really feel like Spirit wants me to push that issue too much. It just feels for some people that I want to tap into, it just feels kind of cut and dry. If she comes up, she comes up, but it just she doesn't have a lot of energy with him, you guys. It just doesn't feel that way. Like it doesn't feel heavy enough to. It didn't even show up in the cards. Like her sign would have been Queen of Cups, and it briefly showed up, but that's because I flipped it over from behind Queen of Wands. So yeah, I'm not feeling a heavy presence of her in her energy right now, at least right now. So I think I'll leave her off unless she comes back up. But I do want to see what his energy is like in the White House, and then we'll look at him as vice president, and then maybe outcome for the year. All right, so energy in the White House. What is his energy in the White House? Huh. All right, so we have Nine of Wands, we have Death, and then we also have Wish Fulfilled. So it feels like in the White House, he is somebody that feels like they have to really, um, feels very defensive because, like I mentioned, it feels very strong and silent type. He doesn't feel like somebody that would be very confrontational or push an issue. Like you would probably have to drag it up out of him or like directly ask him about something. But it feels like he really has to like stand his ground there. In the White House, they give him busy work, as I mentioned. At least it feels like energetically, they don't give him all of the BP duties. I heard micromanaging, so I don't know who that could be specifically. But yeah, he doesn't like that. I feel like he can't even be his full self. Just because I have the death card here for him, it feels like he has to really code switch when he's there with them to a degree. Like he's still professional, of course, but I feel like he can't really use all of his skills in the workplace, in the office, in the administration. He can't really fulfill all of his VP duties like he would want to, just because of how the office, it feels like office politics there, and how I heard drama filled it is at the White House right now. So yeah, I feel like he probably feels like he's being underutilized um, in the administration, at least from that perspective. But as soon as I pull Nine of Cups at the end, Spirit said, but that's what you wanted. So yeah, it feels like although he did want to be in this position that he's in now, he's not experiencing what he thought he was going to experience, or at least what he thought he was going to be able to do as VP. Maybe he just didn't understand the full scope, or how the branches work, and he just didn't understand all the aspect to being a VP. He had higher expectations when it comes to the administration and different things like that. So yeah, it just feels like somebody's giving him busy work. He's not being utilized all the way. Somebody's trying to like micromanage him allegedly. He's not able to do what he wants to do, at least in the administration. All right, so let's tap into his energy as our VP. Let's see how he. Oh, all right, so we got the Fool. So that's somebody like taking a leap of faith, new beginning. So it could be. It feels like more of a VP that wants to take risks. He wants to take risks. All right, let's see what else. Who is a VP? Oops, what is this? Seven of Swords. All right, so that's like sneaky, underhanded energy. Could be deceit, stealing. And MVP. All right. He is somebody that does take risks, and I think he enjoys that. I think he does have to take risks when it comes to his job, which is, I feel like that's also very natural. He's the vice president. He's his first time working in the administration that I'm aware of. I don't know if he's held another position in the White House, but he's no stranger to taking risk and willing to take a chance at something. But because he's probably sneaky, you guys. Like because Five of Swords could be like arguing, fighting. It could be last man standing type of energy, but I feel like he does a lot of things underhanded. He's not someone that's like I said, he's not somebody that's very confrontational. It just feels like what's that word? There's a word the spirit saying. What is that word? What is that word? Sneaky through other ways. So this could be like mental games, manipulation. I feel like in that world you have to know how to use your words. If you catch my drift, like you can't take everything at face value. It just feels like backbiting type energy. Okay, you guys. So The mic pretty much died on me as I was recording, so now I'm doing a voiceover. But like I was saying in the reading, as it pertains to him being vice president, it just felt like a lot of competitive or it felt very office politicky type of energy where there was a lot of there may have been a lot of backbiting type of energy where you may have come to him about an issue of that you were having, and then you tell him like, or okay, another example. Perhaps he tells you like, I want to get this approved by such and such date, and you tell him like, hey, we can't do that. We need to go through um different procedures and approvals in order for you to get this approved and implemented. And he's like, okay, no worries. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it at a later date. Okay, and then you're like, okay, cool. So you log off for the rest of the day. And then you come back into work the following day, and your boss comes to you like, hey, JD allegedly came up to me and said that we need this approved in order to do what he wants to do with X, Y, and Z. And I went ahead and signed off on it. And so we're no longer having to do it by the book because he asked for it. And you're looking like, wait a minute, I told you that we couldn't do it because we need X, Y, and Z. So it's almost like going behind your back to get something done, essentially. And I also pulled the Ace of Swords, which is like the truth. And then I also pulled the Moon, which is like hidden energy secrets. So I feel like he's the type of person, allegedly, that does tell you the truth, but it might have a mix of secrets in there, or I'll say maybe some lies. So a mix of the truth and lies together when he communicates within the administration. And like I said, I just feel that there's just a lot of underhanded energy when it comes to him and how he works in the administration. And I feel like that's also plays a part into the narcissist card that I pulled from the oracles earlier in the reading, like a lot of gaslighting, manipulation. And so, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of that that's happening, at least from his perspective, allegedly, in the White House. And I'm not going to say he's like a liar or anything like that. However, I'm just going to say that he probably does use some tactics to get his way or things that he wants to get done. I'll just say that. All right. So let's move on with the reading. All right. So at this point, I asked what will be the outcome for him as vice president for 2026. And the first card I pulled is the Sun. And the second card, we have Three of Wands reversed, which is essentially showing a slowdown in the energy. And I pulled Five of Wands, and I feel like I had another card that came out. But let's start with the first three that I pulled out. So there's a truth that's going to be coming forward, something going to be exposed. However, it's going to be very slow, okay? And whatever it is, it's going to cause a lot of chaotic energy, conflict, maybe some fighting. And as I was channeling this reading for the Five of Wands, I heard war, like not necessarily war internationally, but war within the White House, like an internal war within the house, okay? And then I also see that I pulled Six of Swords, okay? And I'll pull the card up to show you a closer look at it. But as I was channeling, and I want to say this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? This is all alleged. Energy can also change, okay? As I was channeling, I was getting the energy of they are waiting allegedly for something to happen in the White House that is going to be a huge shakeup, okay? It's going to cause a lot of infighting, a lot of chaos. And as I was channeling, I was also channeling the energy of a deity. I believe their name is Styx, like the river Styx. I don't know if you all are familiar with mythology. I can't remember which pantheon this comes from, but there's the river where they take the ferry to usher off the dead, okay, if you catch my drift, okay? It's almost like they were waiting for some type of event to occur so that someone could be ferried off into the underworld, allegedly, all right? And so whenever this happens, because it's happening slowly but surely, but right now the energy is pointing to me that it is happening, like they're waiting on it to happen. And that's why the Three of Wands is reversed, right? Because if it was upright, it would be coming a little bit quicker. The wands are fast, but because it is reversed, it's pretty slow. Okay, so it's not going to be a fast process. So we'll see. But I'm actually waiting on myself to pull the Six of Swords closer so you all can see. But essentially, they're waiting on some type of event to happen where someone will be ushered over to the other side. And when that time comes, it is going to, like I said, cause some infighting within the administration, allegedly. Okay? So let me pause this and skip over a little bit. Okay, so I guess I didn't pull the Six of Swords closer, but I did want to pull some clarifiers just to understand the message that I was channeling. And I pulled Page of Swords, which is like surveillance and watching, and that's how I came to the conclusion that they are closely watching the situation. And then at the bottom, the Empress kept coming up several times. So there is definitely a woman that is involved in this as well. I'm not sure if she's an accomplice or if it's more of the energy of she's also planning and anticipating for the worst as well. But like I said, energy can change, but it does not feel like this is a one person action. I'll just say that allegedly for entertainment purposes only. And then I pull one more card. So we have Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So once this decision was made and it actually started to move forward, okay, I heard like signed, sealed, maybe signed in blood. So Wheel of Fortune is like representing fate. So once they made that decision, the wheel started turning, all right? And that's when change was going to actually come. That's when the energy shifted. Okay? Allegedly. All right? So we'll see how this all plays out, but the Wheel of Fortune to me confirmed that everything is moving in action now. Okay? It's almost like a director saying, 1, 2, 3, action. Right, so anyways, that's all for the reading today. Appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch this video and hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below and hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.